Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Kahului Hongwanji Buddhist Temple's online YouTube Sunday service. Today is November 15th, 2020. Today's service will be our regular Sunday family service. Since it is November, the month of Thanksgiving, and also our major service of Taikyo, we are focusing our thoughts this month in these services on the idea of gratitude, on the importance of gratitude, gratefulness in our lives. So our service will begin today with the chanting of Vandana and Tisarana, and then we will chant the sutra, it's called 12 Homages, or the English version of Juni Rai. Following that, we will recite the Golden Chain of Love, which is also an expression of gratitude. And then I will share a Dharma message with you today. And we will end the Dharma message with the chanting together of the metta, or loving kindness meditation. Following that, we will conclude the service with the singing of the Nembutsu and then a few closing words. So thank you very much for joining us, and I hope that you will enjoy today's service. Thank you. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sammasambuddhassa. Homage to him, the exalted one, the enlightened one, the supremely awakened one. Bhutang saranang gacchami, dhammang saranang gacchami, sanghang saranang gacchami. I go to the Buddha for guidance. I go to the Dharma for guidance. I go to the Sangha for guidance. Namo Amida Butsu, 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 Namo Amida Butsu. Gods and men all bow in awe to Amida the revered. In Buddha's wondrous pure land, Bodhisattvas gather round. Golden form like the mountain king, steadfast like the elephant's pace. Buddha's eyes like the blue lotus. Thus I bow to Amida. Buddha's form round like the moon, bright like thousand suns and moons. Buddha's voice like the nightingale. Thus I bow to Amida.
Buddha's figure on Kanon's crown, adorned with wondrous features. Buddha subdues evilness. Thus I bow to Amida. Beyond compare, Amida's pure virtue shining clear like space. All benefit from Buddha. Thus I bow to Amida. Bodhisattvas all renown, Maras to praise Amida. Primal vow made for our sake. Thus I bow to Amida. Golden ponds where lotus bloom, towers a throne of goodness. Buddha lives like the mountain king. Thus I bow to Amida. Bodhisattvas come afar, attaining true happiness. They revere the Buddha's face. Thus I bow to Amida. All life changes like the dew. We have no permanent self. Buddha teaches this law to all. Thus I bow to Amida. No evil in the pure land, and no fear of evil paths. Faithful hearts honor Buddha. Thus I bow to Amida, saving us through many ways. No tempters, no evil friends. Birth leads to enlightenment. Thus I bow to Amida. Amida, thus I have praised virtues boundless like the sea. These virtues shared with others for birth into the pure land. Namandabu, 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 Namandabu. The virtue of Amida's vow is shared equally by all, together attaining awakened mind. We are born in the land of peace. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Golden Chain of Love. I am a link in Amida Buddha's golden chain of love that stretches around the world. I must keep my link bright and strong. I will try to be kind and gentle to every living thing and protect all who are weaker than myself. I will try to think pure and beautiful thoughts, to say pure and beautiful words, and to do pure and beautiful deeds, knowing that on what I do now depends not only my happiness or unhappiness, but also that of others. May every link in Amida Buddha's golden chain of love become bright and strong, and may we all attain perfect peace. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu.
Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Well, good morning again. I'd like to share a few thoughts about the Buddhist teaching with you today. Let's begin our time of thinking about the Dharma with a little quiet reflection, just a few moments. I'd like to ask all of you to just close your eyes and take a moment to ask yourself this simple question. What is it in my life that I am most grateful for? Just ask yourself that question. What am I most grateful for? Let's just take a moment to do that. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. I hope you found something to answer that, something you could answer that question with. At least one thing that you can be, that at this moment that you can say that you are grateful for, or even most grateful for. So here we are again. Last week I said that during this month of November, we would think about gratitude. November is the month during which we in America celebrate Thanksgiving. I know they have Thanksgiving in other countries too, but I guess it sort of started here in New England with the Pilgrims supposedly, or there's controversy about that story. But anyway, we'll just say it sort of started here as far as we know. But Thanksgiving is the one day of the year where you might find people of almost any religious or political persuasion, any kind of opinion about others, or all different kinds of people, will sit down together and with family and friends, and we'll eat a meal together, at which and at that meal we will all, at least supposedly, we will be expressing gratitude for our own lives and for the blessings that life has bestowed upon us. That's supposed to be the purpose of Thanksgiving. I suppose it's odd that people who may feel like condemning others for their beliefs, or maybe even have judgments about others for their ethnicity or for their skin color, or their religion, whatever, that they might also put their hands together and say thank you to whatever power that they believe in. But let us not make judgments. The power of gratitude, I think, transcends our limited, foolish beliefs and attitudes, all of us. So in November, our temple also observes the major service, the Buddhist major service called Taikyo. Our Taikyo will be held next week on the 22nd. It will be both an in-person service as well as online. So Taikyo is basically dedicated to remembering former members of the temple who have passed away. And so we can think of it as another form of Thanksgiving, in which we express appreciation to those who have gone before us in our Sangha, and have made it possible that we now have this community and the resources and so on with which we can live the Dharma together. And by the way, if you would like to attend our in-person service next week, please do call the temple office and let us know you are coming. This will help us with the COVID-19 safety rules that we need to follow. The number of people that we are allowed to fit into our temple is limited, so we need you to check with us before you come. Okay. So November is definitely a month of gratitude, though actually every month should be as well. Every day, actually, every moment. A few years ago, I discovered a wonderful person. His name is Brother David Steindel Rost, and he has devoted his life to sharing the power of thankfulness and gratitude with others. Brother David is a Roman Catholic monk born in Vienna, Austria in 1926. And he has spent many years of his life working with people of all faiths, including Buddhists, and building bridges between religious traditions. and striving to open dialogue to help bring peace into the world. He is working with others now to create an interfaith movement called Network for Grateful Living. You can read some of his writings on the internet. There's a website called gratefulness.org. But his work, I think, is saying something very clear, in a very clear way to the modern global world, that it is very similar to the spirit of what Shinran was saying many centuries ago, of course, just at that time, just within the small island of Japan. Brother David has noted that for himself, gratitude is the essence of all religion. And if we all practiced gratitude, there would be no conflicts between religions. In fact, he sees gratitude or gratefulness as the fundamental way to build a happy and healthy society. He was asked in an interview, how does practicing gratitude benefit society at large? I would like to share with you some of Brother David Steindel Rost's thoughts on this subject. How does practicing gratitude benefit society at large? So he began by saying, Brother David said, anything that produces happier, healthier individuals creates thereby a society in which more people are healthy and happy. This alone is a great improvement. But we can go a step further and show that grateful individuals live in a way that leads to the kind of society human beings long for. In parts of the world, in many parts of the world, society is sick. Key words of the diagnosis are exploitation, oppression, and violence. Grateful living is a remedy against all three of these symptoms. Isn't that interesting? Shinran Shonin emphasized gratitude as the fundamental expression of the Buddha's power to liberate all beings and to awaken us to the reality of ourself and our relationship with others. A society that exploits and oppresses and that constantly turns to violence to solve its problems is a society unaware of the infinite compassion that embraces all beings. Brother David's explanation of this problem describes our current society and the world, and it is in accordance with our Buddhist understanding as well. He says, exploitation springs from greed and from a sense of scarcity. Grateful living makes us aware that there is enough for all. Thus, it leads to a sense of sufficiency and a joyful willingness to share with others. When we realize that everything in life arises from the ceaseless working of great compassion, we don't have to worry about having enough. We are able to bow in gratitude for what we have now, knowing that we have received everything through the kindness and love of others. So Brother David next explains the word oppression. He says, oppression is necessary if we want to exploit others. It results in competition and in the power pyramid. The more power you have, the more efficiently you can exploit those below you and protect yourself against those above you. But grateful people live with a sense of sufficiency. They need not exploit others. They have enough. Thus, oppression becomes unnecessary. It is replaced by mutual support and by equal respect for all. For me, this means that grateful people, we might say people of Shinjin, that is the word Shinran used to describe those who have had their minds touched by the light of Amida, the Buddha of boundless life, and who thus trustingly respond in gratitude for every moment of their living. Such people never seek power for themselves, never seek to exploit or to use others. For people of Shinjin, every moment of life is enough, and everyone is to be respected and cared for. Now, regarding the violence that is a symptom of the illness of our world, Brother David explains, violence springs from the root of fear. Fear that there may not be enough for all. fear of others as potential competitors, fear of foreigners and strangers. But the grateful person is fearless. Thereby, she cuts off the very root of violence. Out of a sense of enough, she, the grateful person, is willing to share, and thereby tends to eliminate the unjust distribution of wealth that creates the climate for violence. Fearlessly, she welcomes the new and strange, finds itself enriched by differences, and celebrates variety. So gratitude and faith, I think, are inseparable. The smallest thought of gratitude, of realizing that I have been helped by others, that I can do nothing on my own, this allows me the ability to trust in the benevolence of life to grow and expand. And as it does so, my gratitude grows as well. To be called by great compassion to see the real situation, we call that Nembutsu. The calling voice of the Buddha awakens me to want to express gratitude to others and to help them as I have been helped. And so we live every moment. That is the life of gratitude, what we call the life of Nembutsu. And interestingly, how he says that this sense of gratitude to know that I have enough, I'm grateful for what I have, it eliminates unjust actions, which unjust distribution of wealth. You know, he says that we share. We have the spirit of sharing, and so we no longer create the climate for violence. That's how we bring peace into the world. That's what we mean by living the Nembutsu life. So that life of Nembutsu, the life of gratitude, is also an answer for us to change the course of this suffering world and to cure its sickness. I really appreciate these words, the words of Brother David Steindel Rost. He is a person who, from his own Christian religious tradition and faith, has reached out to everyone, people of all faiths, saying that we all have the same problems, and the solution for all of us is gratitude. So it's all the same. Gratitude means to see beyond ourselves to the sufferings of others and to respond. Thus, we help to create a world of joy and peace. So this month, on November 22nd, most people in our country will sit down at their Thanksgiving tables with family and friends to celebrate a holiday that extols gratitude, gratefulness, appreciation. Perhaps as we sit down, before we raise our forks to our mouth and start eating, we need to ask ourselves, am I truly grateful? Look around the table. Who is there? Do you really know the people seated there? Do you listen to them when they speak to you? Do you really see who they are? Care about what they are feeling? What gives each person joy? Do you understand the depths of their sorrows? This Thanksgiving table, imagine it in front of you, laden with delicious food. Do we appreciate the life that gives to us this food? And who is there at your table? Who? Have we perhaps invited someone we met who needs comfort and kindness? Someone lonely or hungry? This table is a Thanksgiving table only when it is open to all, when it is a table of sharing, a sharing of gratitude. So thank you very much for listening, and let's put our hands together in Gassho and recite the Nembutsu. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. And please join me now as I chant for you, recite for you, or chant for you the metta, the loving kindness meditation. Let's put our hands in Gassho. May all beings be happy and well. May no harm or difficulties come to them. May they live in peace and harmony. May I be happy and well. May no harm or difficulties come to me. May I live in peace and harmony. May my family be happy and well. May no harm or difficulties come to them. May they live in peace and harmony. May my teachers be happy and well. May no harm or difficulties come to them. May they live in peace and harmony. May my friends be happy and well. May no harm or difficulties come to them. May they live in peace and harmony. May strangers be happy and well. May no harm or difficulties come to them. May they live in peace and harmony. May my enemies be happy and well. May no harm or difficulties come to them. May they live in peace and harmony. May all beings be happy and well. May no harm or difficulties come to them. May they live in peace and harmony. Namo Amida Butsu. 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 Will you join me now as we sing the Nembutsu? Namo Amida, Namo Amida, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. Well, thank you very much for joining us today for our YouTube Sunday service. We are always happy to welcome you to Kahului Hongwanji, and to remind you again, next week we will be having our Taikyo service, which will be in the temple in person, and also we will have the YouTube video as usual. And so please, if you are interested in attending the in-person service, if you live around here, do give us a call first, because we do have a lot of restrictions because of COVID, so please give us a call. And but we hope that we can fit everyone who wants to come, who would like to attend the service in person. And there will be a few more announcements following in the scrolling text afterwards, so please take a look at that. So thank you very much again, and we'll see you next week. And don't forget, remember to be grateful. Think about what we receive from others and respond in gratitude. Thank you so much. Let's recite the Nembutsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu.